Hi, I'm Freddie from Nugen Audio. I'm going to be showing you the latest update for our Sigmod plugin today. So yeah, here we go. I've got a session set up here, which at the moment we're just hearing the drums and the bass synth. Drums, as you can see, I'm using a couple of our other plugins. We've got the stereo placer, which is doing some interesting stuff with the hi-hat. We've also got mono filter, just kind of really focusing the bass. What we're going to really be looking at today is Sigmod. This is our kind of utility belt plugin. It has 12 different modules which you can use in different orders, different configurations. Some of these are pretty kind of straightforward basic stuff like the phase checker, mono checker, the left-right switch, the mute solo, the trim function. All those are things that are really basic and straightforward, but depending on what DAW you're using, might not necessarily be available in the channel strip. So for example, Protools doesn't have a mono checker on the channel strip. It doesn't have a phase checker on the channel strip either. So it has all those, but the exciting thing we're looking at today is the new Insert VST3 module. So if you are a Pro Tools user or an Ableton user, you're not able to use VST3s currently in that DAW, Sigmod now has the option to host third-party VSTs. So you can do this as either a stereo or a dual mono instance. So I'll do a stereo one for now. So initially you click on the module and you'll already have all your VST3s loaded in, or if not, you can scan those. I'm going to select this third-party distortion, switch that on, and I access the GUI by clicking on this wheel here. So this is pretty straightforward distortion. I'm maybe just going to kind of rein some of the settings back a little bit. I've got some idea of where I know this is going to be sounding decent. So that's just on the kind of synth track here. Pretty okay sounding, but one of the really cool things you can do in Sigmod is the mid-side encoder and decoder. So if I add that either side of the Insert VST3 module, this first one, I'm going to enable it, and that's now converting the signal into mid and side. And then at the other side, this one is converting it back into a left-right signal. If I change this to a dual mono instance of the Insert VST3, and I'm just going to set that up in a pretty similar way. Not that it's particularly important, but here we are. And now what this is doing is it's just distorting the middle of the signal. So that's all kind of got this really nice grind to it, but the sides, they're being completely bypassed. So you've still got all that kind of nice transient detail. It's completely dry, completely clear. So that's a really cool way of making some space in your mix. You can do that with basically any plugin. It doesn't necessarily need to be even via the VST3 hosting module. I've got another instance of that set up over here, which has 2 instances of Sigmod with the mid-side encoder and decoder, and then it has a reverb in between, so I'll just show you that quickly as well. So that's the mid-side decoder. That's just a stock kind of Pro Tools reverb. And this now, because I've done this as a multi-mono instance with the mid-side encoder and decoder, that means that you can, like I've done here, I've just got a really kind of extreme reverb on the sides, but I've left the mids completely dry. So that means that this guitar track that it's on is still, in fact, I'll unmute that. The guitar track is still cutting through really nicely, but it has this kind of nice ambient reverb on the sides. And yeah, you can do that with basically any plugin. So if you've got a compressor you really like, but it doesn't have mid-side mode natively, you can use this to create mid-side compression, all kinds of stuff. So that's, yeah, the latest Sigmod update with the Insert VST3 module. Thanks a lot, Plugin Boutique.